Damian Lillard, 25.5% from three, and he
Career
takes 10
low.
threes a game. And
Career
he's,
low.
played 11 games. He's taken over 100 threes, and he's shooting way under his normal clip. He's
Field
nowhere
goal
near
percentage,
40%.
career low.
Career low, right?
37%. Career, he's 45.
So over the course of this many games so far, he's probably, we're talking about 10 or 15 threes that would normally have gone down that didn't. So Paul George said something on November 2nd at a press conference about the NBA making the switch from Spalding to Wilson's for their basketballs this year. This is what Paul George said about it.
Not to make an excuse or anything about the ball, but I said that it's a different basketball. It don't have the same touch and softness that the Spalding ball had. You know, you'll see this year. It's going to be a lot of bad misses. You know, you'll see a lot of bad misses. I think you've seen a lot of air balls so far this season. So not to put any excuse or blame the basketball, but it is different. There's no secret. It's a different basketball.
So, look, after I heard that the other day, I spoke to multiple NBA players, and they all reiterated the same thing. The ball is drastically different. League shooting percentage is the lowest it's been in more than 15 years, and its three-point percentage is the worst it's been this century. So let me explain to you guys very quickly about the ball. The Spalding ball that they play with for 38 years, right, has a different slickness to it. Let me give you an example. If I do a reverse layup and with a college ball, a solution ball, if I were to spin the ball English-wise off the side of the backboard, the ball would catch traction on the backboard, come right back towards the rim, even on the outside of the backboard. The NBA Spalding ball that the guys have played with for 38 years, if I do that same exact English, that same exact point on the backboard, the ball doesn't come back, track towards the rim. The ball goes straight up. So the ball slides off the glass. So there's a different angle that you have to shoot that ball with, even from deep with the way that ball feels. This ball is somewhere in between, and guys are having a hard time figuring it out. So I'm taking the shooting troubles that are happening for Dame Lillard. I'm combining that with what's happening with Neil O'Shea, their GM, the investigation on him about his work-like conduct that is going on. I'm taking that all the way back to what's happening with Chauncey Billups and him being initiated as a head coach, the alleged rape allegations that got settled in civil court. You combine all these things, I don't see how Dame can last in Portland, guys. And I know he's the guy that will sit there and say, I am loyal, I want to be here. But this is a team that's always plagued with injuries. It's a team that always doesn't hit where you want them to hit. And I think you're going to see Dame come to a conclusion pretty soon here, guys, where that's not going to be the place he needs to be.
You got to read between the lines. If Key tells you something about a prediction he's making in the NFL, or Jay tells you something about a prediction he's making in the NBA, for anyone who's listening, you have to read between the lines a little bit. They're not pulling it out of thin air. They talk to a lot of people. They have a very good sense of what's going on. Key, it makes sense to me why the ball would affect shooting, the way Jade describes it especially. And if Damian Lillard is going to be available pretty soon, that shakes up the NBA because he is a difference maker.
He is a difference maker. Where would he make a big difference at is the question. Is his landing spots New York? Is he a Knick target? Whenever you go through some trials and tribulations with an organization that you may not be feeling comfortable about because there's turbulence there, you certainly don't want to be a part of it. You got to find the right place to take your skills. But what is the right place for Dame to do that?
I mean, it's not a secret that the Knicks would be very interested, and he might also be very interested because New York is also a place where Madison Square Garden, your brand become a billion-dollar brand if you're someone like Damian Lillard. I'll tell you what, I look at Philadelphia.
Philly too.
I look at pairing him with Embiid, and obviously Simmons right now is a distressed asset. Maxey just dropped 31 last night in a loss, but still dropped 31. Thibault is all defense. All-world defense.
At Alan Yates.
Yates is a
about
Sixers fan, and he's blowing the horn.
It just feels like when you watch, the more and more you watch Portland Trailblazer games, if you stay up late enough to watch them, I know it's hard, we do an early morning show, it just feels like you want so much more for Dame. You want so much more than what that organization has been able to provide for him, and you wonder how long mentally he will be able to survive that.
We'll take him in L.A. Come be a Laker.
By the way, he winds up with Embiid. I'm just saying, figure out the details some other time. Get Embiid and Lillard on the same team.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.